Is Dubai about to crash? Prices are getting higher, headlines are getting louder, and 2008 keeps coming up again and again in conversations. But markets don't collapse because prices go up. They collapse when the foundation underneath them weakens. So the real question isn't whether the prices are too high, it's whether the structure supporting them is strong enough. Let me be clear about where I'm speaking from. I'm not a market commentator or someone who's in the business of predicting market or business cycles. Real estate development is my family's business. I grew up around land, construction, execution, financing, and delivery, not as theory, but as a practice. Today, I'm involved in active developments. I spend most of my time on feasibility, execution, capital structuring, and approvals, the unglamorous work that determines the outcomes. So, when people ask whether Dubai is heading towards another 2008, I don't answer emotionally. I look at what's happening underneath the headlines. The comparison to 2008 is understandable, but it is also lazy. People look at a chart, they see momentum, and they assume that history is going to repeat itself. But 2008 was not a property correction, it was a structural failure. Back then, Dubai was still proving itself. Capital was easy, leverage was insane, regulation was light, and infrastructure used to follow sales, not precede it. Confidence carried more weight than fundamentals, and when the confidence was gone, there was not much resistance. That is not criticism, that is just what young markets usually look like. What's different today is not optimism, it is structure. Population growth is real and long term. The economy is diversified, and developers are using more equity and less leverage. Regulations are clearer than ever, and they are enforced. And finally, infrastructure is being funded before demand is being monetized. Those differences matter more than price movements. You can lose a lot of money waiting for yesterday's crisis to happen again. Markets rarely fail the same way twice. If you're a developer, the question isn't whether the headlines are optimistic or pessimistic. It is whether the demand is durable, whether capital is patient, and whether infrastructure is real, and whether buyers are actually end users or are they short term speculators. From where I sit, those fundamentals today are much stronger than they were 15 years ago. That does not mean there's no risk, but the risk today is different. The biggest mistake I see is not people moving too early or too late. It is waiting for certainty, because certainty usually comes after an opportunity is already over. The right approach is not hesitation or urgency, it is rather discipline, systemized discipline. From time to time, I share more detailed notes, how I look at locations, absorption, and development decisions in Dubai. If that's useful to you, there's a quiet mailing list linked down below. There's no promotions, it is purely analysis. Dubai is not repeating 2008. It is operating in a different stage of its life. And when you understand that, you stop reacting to the noise and you start paying attention to substance. When I do have something specific to share, whether it's timing, location, or a project that I am personally invested in, I usually like to do that with the people who have chosen to hear from me. If you'd like to be on that list, you can leave your email below. Otherwise, I will keep uploading videos just like this one, so make sure you're subscribed and turn on the notifications so you can stay caught up with every new upload I make.